out your notebooks, your pencils, your packets, and then I'm going to hand out the markers. Marker, eraser, marker, eraser. Anybody? Look, my tab's not being closed. Look at that, look at that. Who did that? See that green one?
Who did that?
Who did that?
Oh.
Marker. You what? Eraser. Marker. I don't know if any of them are good anymore. They all seem to be dying. Yeah. It's in my second basket. Yes. The bottom basket. Just kind of have to go through the stack. Alrighty. Okay, girl. So, did you find him? Alright, where did we leave off? Sorry, Debbie.
We just done the derivative homework. So go over the example. Tell us the answer. Derivative function of
Yes, did you guys do the homework? Yes. And did you upload it into the classroom? Because I did remember to post it.
Tim, you're on camera.
Being recorded, dude, throwing stuff.
They asked me to
Now I
do it.
have evidence. If you guys would like to sue, I have video evidence. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so
Was it?
it is secant squared. Good job. Did you guys derive the derivative of tangent?
Yes.
Using the quotient? Yeah. Okay, you forgot your x. Don't forget your x. You ripped the guts out of that trigonometric function. Gruesome death. Good. Okay, and but make sure that the x is to the secant, the square goes after secant, and then the x goes after that. Okay, so let's go over it. I'm not going over the one that says like prove one guy is equal to the other one because that was just exponents, and I did upload the answer to that one. Okay, so you can take a look, see at that if you did not get the 60 x to the fourth or whatever the answer was, 60 x to the fourth minus 4 when you reduced it. Okay, because that was just exponential work, which is algebra 1. Miss Ballas and I talked about that. Like, when do you learn exponential rules? Algebra 1, that's what that practice was. So, which is crazy, right? I feel like they should give you those in algebra 1, like things like that, to really get your new roll going. All right, but let's do the prove one. So we are deriving what was the homework to do? Everybody has uploaded, yes? Because I'm going to do it now, so it doesn't count if you turn it in after this. If I give you the answer, then you don't get the grade for it.
Wait, was this on Google Classroom?
Yeah.
This is the same one.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to trust that you're going to take a picture of your work now and upload it. Okay, so we start with, somebody want to tell me what you started with? Awesome. And then what are we asked to do? The quotient rule, right? So
Yeah, how would you do that? Sorry, calculate.
negative sin x.
Yes.
Everybody agree? Okay. Now what do you do?
T prime B.
Which is minus what? Negative sine squared x. Hey, BC. Just a little bit. In a little bit, you can talk again. Okay, and then over b squared. That's good. That's good volume. Thank you. Okay, so then what does that become? Yeah, so this is cosine squared x. And since I'm doing a proof, I'm gonna make sure that I don't, so normally if I'm just doing scratch work, I would just like cross and write a plus sign. But since I'm deriving something, then I'm gonna take the extra step and do that, okay? All right, and then now what's sine squared plus cosine squared? Good, what's that one called? What's cosine squared plus sine squared equal to 1 called? What's that? Uh-huh. You can, by Pythagorean theorem, by Pythagorean
Did we have to do it that way?
identity. No, but extra love if you do, right? That's where you get the +1 marks on your tests.
Oh, but I just said it was 1 plus 2.
That's what I said, you do not have to do this, right? This is optional, but you know on tests when I give you clever points, right? When I put a little heart and a +1, that's what makes my mathy heart glow. Okay, is when you tell me the extra stuff. No, that's right, that's the number 4, right?
I guess so.
Makes your mathy heart glow. Alright. Okay, so, and 1 over cosine squared is secant squared. What's that by?
Yeah.
Quotient identity, right?
But no, Rogers, I'm not saying like writing it to the side. I'm saying if I said it was 1 plus tangent squared equals secant squared. Like separated it to cosine squared over cosine squared plus sine over cosine, like sine squared over cosine.
Oh, okay. 1 plus tangent squared?
Because that gives you secant squared.
Oh, that's fine too. That's great. Love that. Okay, so now we saw a different thing. She separated this. She took a monomial, right? Oh, sorry, not here. Here. She took this monomial and divided it into those two, right? Into the binomial, and said that that's 1 plus tangent squared x, right? Which equals what? Secant squared x. Again, and this is another Pythagorean identity. So that's another option. Love that way too. Very good? Whichever way you want to do. Okay? Whichever, you don't have to copy both. Whichever one spoke to you, just go that way. Alright? Okay, so now turn in your packet, and we have the derivatives of the trigonometric functions. Okay? And we're going to just write them down to have them memorized now. So we already have sine and cosine, but we're just going to write them right there. Okay? So SC, negative S, negative C, and then we have tangent of X, d dx of tangent of X is what? What did we just find it to be? Secant squared X, okay? And then d dx of, what are the other ones? We got sine, cosine, tangent. Now what? Yeah, so now do the other one. So we got sine, and what's the reciprocal of sine? Cosecant. Okay, and this is negative. Hang on, I have to do secant. Secant of x. Let's say sine. Tangent of secant squared. Secant of x. Oh, well, you can derive that one as well, right? How do you derive that one? What would it be? What is it? How can you do the d dx of cosecant of x? 1 over what? And then do what? The quotient rule. So do that now on your boards and see if you can derive it. Once you derive them, we're going to memorize them all, but you know. So that's why you're just doing it on your whiteboard. You don't need to write it down in your notes. Just try it out and see if you can derive it.
She gave me one, but it was terrible. I got a 4 for that. Yes. Look at that.
Get it uploaded?
Yeah, I unspooled it and then just.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now we're deriving. So it's just secant. Now what that means is cosecant. So that's secant squared. Cosecant squared. That's 1 over sine.
This is actually harder than I predicted.
Okay, now you guys can go back to talking. So we're deriving the cosecant. So we're deriving the cosecant or the secant one, whichever one you want.